Okay, so sorry about that. I want to show you today, and we've been over this a lot of times, a way to count in RoboPro, and we're doing this as an exercise building up to other things. So I'm going to start with my start icon, all right? And then what I'd like to do is I want to put in some control elements. I'm just going to put in 2 buttons, okay? Because I'm not where I have a physical simulation set up, so I'm going to use my buttons to control my counters, okay? They're not for any other purpose than that, okay? Because I don't have a physical model. But imagine you were telling blue and green parts, okay? Apart. So I'm going to name this one green. And I'm going to make it a push button switch, which means when I press it, it'll stay pressed. And this one's going to be blue. Make it a push button switch, okay? And the first thing I'm going to do when I come in is I'm going to put a timer in, okay? Guys, the timers in this program are really only so that you can see where the program is and to give me time to change the status of the buttons, all right? Now, once I do that, okay, I want to come into a decision box that if the green button has been pressed, remember the green button isn't doing anything but representing output from a sensor, maybe just from a system saying there's a green part, okay? I want to count it, so I need a branch. All right, and I need the branch that lets me tie a variable to it, okay? So I'm just going to take this input output here. I'm going to go to panel input, okay? Because we're making an input from the screen, and I'm going to link it to green, all right? And when I press that like a regular switch, it is going to be equal to 1. Alright, and so if it's equal to 1, I'm going to need to increment the counter, alright, that I'm going to use to keep track of green. Alright, I'm just going to name that ever so cleverly green. Alright. And then after I've checked to see if the green button was pressed, I'd like to also check to see if the blue button was pressed. Right? And same thing, input, panel input. I'm going to tie that to blue. I'm going to make this equals 1. Alright, so if this one, was it green? If yes, increment the counter. If no, I still want to check the blue one. Alright, so I'm just going to come down here and make that loop. Okay. Just kind of smushing stuff up as much as I can so that you'll be able to see as much of the program on the screen as possible. Now, if the blue button is pressed, I need to increment that variable. Alright, and I'm going to name that variable ever so cleverly blue. Okay, and I'm going to put below here again just a little timer because this is going to allow you to see the program moving. That is the only reason for the timers, guys. Alright. I'm just going to make it 2 seconds, okay, and then I'm going to take that and loop it back to the start of the program. Again, my timers are just to physically give me time. I haven't connected this no pin. If it's not equal to no, I need to jump that counter, okay. Alright, I should have given a little more room there, so I'll spread that out. Alright, and so these are just so that you can see what's going on, and they give me some time to run. All right, and being sure I'm ready to run. So when I start, I'm going to press them both, so the first cycle through, they'll both count. Now I'm going to unpress blue. So this, you can see, it's counting as we move through here. All right, so this helps you understand. Remember, I am cheating a little bit so that I can just use the buttons on screen, and I'm using these timers so that you can see the program flowing. There's no other reason for those timers. All right, I hope that helps.